Now that a few days has passed, I can finally release this video by itself. Having touched upon it briefly in the breakdown, I gotta say, I don't think Cad Bane is dead. In the Book of Boba Fett finale, Cad Bane was killed super fast by Boba. In a spin of events, he threw him off his feet with his gaffy stick, made by the Tuskens, and thrusted the tail end of it into Cad's chest. I really don't think Dave Filoni would bring back this huge animated character only to give him the most lame death in 2 seconds. We were left with Boba walking away and Cad Bane's vest beeping like a bomb was about to go off. This, I believe, is his transponder to his droid to come and pick him up. Bane has survived his shot to the head from Boba in the unreleased Clone Wars episode, which is also how Boba got the dent in his helmet. This is why Cad had that metal plate on his head in the show, and for us animated Star Wars fans, we already know this. I highly recommend watching the Clone Wars, Rebels, and the Bad Batch to really understand all of these characters. So what I think will happen is Cad Bane gets picked up by his droid, Todo 360, who we saw in the Bad Batch. He puts him in his ship and then either throws him in a bacta tank or flies him somewhere to someone who can heal him and fix him up. Kind of like a modder for Cad. Now I also want to mention that his tubes allow him to breathe via the pipe going down his throat. So it's possible that while his lungs might be punctured from Boba, he's able to breathe from the mechanics of his tubes. Now if you didn't know, Bane has these so that he can prevent being force choked by Jedi. The tube in his throat doesn't allow his trachea to close when being force choked, which makes him impervious to that kind of devastating attack. So his life could also be sustained by those tubes. I believe we will see him again. Also the fact that he made a very decompressing noise. I mean, I understand he got stabbed, but he sounded like he was just deflating. So maybe Boba hit some sort of a air chamber or machine. I believe we'll see him again. I don't think this is the end for him. The push-in shot that we got of his beeping vest really alludes to his return, that he's not really dead. I think for season 2 we could see Cad Bane return with a more powerful enemy, maybe this time with a vengeance even greater than before, and perhaps a crime syndicate will come with him. Now, if you didn't know, this is something that George Lucas was planning to incorporate into his sequel trilogy with the Hutts and Crimson Dawn, now that a vacuum had been created with the death of the Empire. If you want to learn more about that, check my video out here with all of the proof and evidence from George's mouth himself of his sequel trilogy. I will link it down below. I believe we'll be getting Boba Season 2, and I assume this based on Ming-Na Wen's post regarding Season 1, which makes me think that we're getting a second one. It seemed like the typical PR verbiage that she probably had to copy and paste, and that this post will be timeless because once there are multiple seasons, it'll make sense that this is specifically for Season 1. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Is Cad really dead or is he coming back? Thanks for watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.